NBDHE Candidate Guide to the 2026 Dental Hygiene Board Exam Overview. Flashcard 1. What does NBDHE stand for? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is National Board Dental Hygiene Exam NBDHE. Flashcard 2. What does JCND stand for? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Joint Commission on National Dental Examinations JCND. Flashcard 3. What does DTS stand for? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Department of Testing Services DTS. Flashcard 4. Who is the governing body of the NBDHE? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Joint Commission on National Dental Examinations JCND. Flashcard 5. The NBDHE is implemented by blank 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 blank. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Department of Testing Services DTS. Flashcard 6. Who administers the NBDHE? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Pearson VUE. Flashcard 7. Hierarchy of the NBDHE. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is ADER JCND DTS Pearson VUE NBDHE. Actual test. Flashcard 8. What is the purpose of the National Board Examinations? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is to assist dental boards in determining the qualifications of those who seek licensure to practice dentistry or dental hygiene. Flashcard 9. T/F all United States licensing jurisdictions recognize the NBDHE to include all 50 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true. All U.S. states and territories recognize the NBDHE. Flashcard 10. What 3 basic requirements do all U.S. jurisdictions require for dental hygiene licensure? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Educational Requirement Accredited School Program Written Exam, which is the NBDHE Clinical Exam. Flashcard 11. T/F all jurisdictions accept graduation from a dental hygiene program accredited by the Commission on Dental Accreditation CODA. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true. Our school program is accredited by CODA. There's a Canada 1-2 BTW. Flashcard 12. Who is responsible for the development and administration of the NBDHE? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Joint Commission on National Dental Examinations JCND. Flashcard 13. When are we obligated to begin behaving ethically? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is obligation begins at the time of application to school, educational process, licensure process, and integrity of professional practice. Basically all the time. Flashcard 14. Violation of the rules of conduct or examination regulations may result in what? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is civil liability. Sue fam. Voiding exam results, retest penalties, other penalties. Flashcard 15. True/false candidate who acts unethically risks potential delay, denial, suspension, or loss of licensure. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true. Flashcard 16. Test constructors are appointed based on expertise in what 6 areas? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is 1. Biomedical sciences, 2. Radiology, 3. Periodontics, 4. Dental hygiene curriculum, 5. Clinical dental hygiene, 6. Community dental health. Flashcard 17. What tooth notation system is used for the exam? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Universal/National Tooth Notation System 1-32 Permanent AT Primary. Flashcard 18. How many questions/multiple choice items are on the NBDHE? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is 350 multiple choice items. Flashcard 19. What 2 components are a part of the exam? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is discipline-based component 200 questions, case-based component 150 questions/12-15 case studies. Flashcard 20. The discipline-based component has what 3 major areas? How many questions? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is 200 questions. Scientific basis for dental hygiene practice 61 items. Provision of clinical dental hygiene services 115 items. Community health/research principles 24 items. Scientific equals anatomy, path, pharm, micro, nutrition. Clinical equals radiology, treatment plans, clinical-based. Community equals well community law. Flashcard 21. The case-based component of the NBDHE includes blank items involving blank to blank dental hygiene patient cases. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is 150 items. 12-15 case studies. Flashcard 22. 2 types of test questions include. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is testlet case study or problem with set of associated test questions. Each question has 4 multiple choice options. Multiple choice exam item question with 3-5 multiple choice options. Flashcard 23. The NBDHE exam questions are reviewed blank by a team of subject matter experts before they are used for exam purposes. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is annually each year, while they really change it every year then. Flashcard 24. T/F The JCND does not endorse or recommend any specific texts or other teaching aid for each annual review courses that are identified as NBDHE preparation material. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true, so they don't endorse/recommend NBDHE. They don't endorse no one besides our Wilkins type books. Flashcard 25. T/F exam items represent confidential, copyrighted intellectual property. Obtaining, using, or distributing exam items is strictly prohibited, regardless of method employed: memorization, recording, copying, or other means. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true. Flashcard 26. Who investigates all reports of candidates violating rules and pursues formal action against violators? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Department of Testing Services DTS, so they basically the ones handling violators. Flashcard 27. Is the NBDHE practice test free? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is big fat no. Lol, she thought it was free. Flashcard 28. What will you see for exam scores? What is the score need to pass? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is only C pass or fail with score need is 75 to pass range is 49-99. Flashcard 29. When are exam results available? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is 3-4 weeks after exam date, that's a whole month. Flashcard 30. T/F fees are non-refundable and non-transferable. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true. Wow. Flashcard 31. What is a results audit? How much is it? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is result audit is you pay for it, and they will regrade your test. $65 must be requested within 30 days of official results. Results come back 4-6 weeks though. Flashcard 32. What makes us eligible for the NBDHE? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is being a dental hygiene student. Our school program is accredited by CODA-accredited and our dental director also. Flashcard 33. When can you retake the NBDHE? How many times can you retake? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is must wait min of 60 days between each fail attempt, max of 4 retakes per year, 5 attempts 5 years. Rule after 5 attempts or years can only test once a year. Flashcard 34. How much is the NBDHE fee? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is $565. Flashcard 35. What is eligibility extensions request? How much is the eligibility extensions fee? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is for 5-day extension for eligibility window. Insert. Flashcard 36. When can you reschedule testing? How much is the reschedule fee? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is at least 1 full business day, 24 hours before test and within eligibility period. $25. Flashcard 37. How long is the eligibility period once you pay fees and DTS processes your application? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is 6 months. Flashcard 38. How long is the test? How many breaks are there? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is 9 HRS 4 breaks. First break 15 mins after 100th question. Second break 30 mins after 200th question. Third break 15 min after 7-8 cases studies or 75 items. Fourth break optional post-exam survey after 7-8 cases or 75 items. All breaks optional. Flashcard 39. T/F taking a break at any time other than a scheduled break is considered an unscheduled break. No access to personal belongings or study material allowed. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true. Flashcard 40. What is the application procedure? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Step 1. Obtain a dental personal identification number. dentpin@ader.org/dentpin. Step 2. Submit application through exam website and pay all applicable fees. Step 3. After application is fully processed, candidate is eligible for a 6-month period. Step 4. Schedule test date. Flashcard 41. What must be accurate when applying for NBDHE? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is All submitted info must be accurate. Middle initial or full middle name is okay on forms of ID as long as you have it correct. X Kathleen R. Brown or Kathleen Rachel Brown. Flashcard 42. If any personal/ID updates made after application submission, you must email/contact who. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is dentpin@ader.org. X if you have a name change, got married, etc. Flashcard 43. When can you appeal if your test results being voided? When will get notified of appeal decision? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is within 30 days of notification. They send you a written correspondence. Got to have evidence and documentation to support appeal. Will get notified of appeal decision 60 days after receipt of appeal. Flashcard 44. T/F administration. Vendor Acket Pearson VUE will electronically capture the ID of each candidate biometrically, for example photograph, fingerprint or palm vein scan before candidates can proceed with testing. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true. I feel like a super spy. Flashcard 45. What is prohibited during testing? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is all personal belongings. Don't bring nothing inside jewelry except wedding/engagement rings, books, paper, tissues, markers, earplugs and headphones, rulers/calculators, tote bags, wallets, purses, pens, anything to write with, foods/drinks, gum, outerwear, coats, jackets unless religious attire, watches, magnifying devices. What? Flashcard 46. If you no-show, what happens? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is no refunds or rescheduling, new application, new fees to pay. Flashcard 47. What if there is an emergency on the day of testing? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is Step 1. A written request written to DTS. Step 2. Be sure to include documentation, doctor's notes, death certificates. Step 3. Be sure to send written request and documentation within 5 business days to testingproblems@ader.org. Flashcard 48. What does the NBDHE approve as an emergency? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is sudden illness, death of a member of the family. Flashcard 49. If a candidate is encountering a problem during their exam, what should they do? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is inform test center administration to resolve issue. Do not resume test till issue is resolved. If issue is never resolved, discontinue testing and file a complaint within 5 business days of testing problems@ader.org. Flashcard 50. T/F candidates with documented unresolved testing issues could be offered the courtesy of a retest within 30 days. If candidate accepts, retest will replace the results of initial test. Initial test results will be voided. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true. Flashcard 51. T/F candidates can schedule a testing appointment after testing accommodation requests have been approved. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is true. This is for people with qualified disabilities. Basically, if you apply for accommodation, don't schedule your test before your accommodation is approved because you'd have to reschedule and pay again. Flashcard 52. Rules of conduct include. Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is 1. Don't take tests for someone else. 2. Don't take tests for other reasons other than obtaining DH lesson or unweird. 3. Do not give, receive or obtain unauthorized help before, during, and after tests. 4. Keep test confidential, don't spill the beans. 5. No unauthorized materials during test. 6. No stealing from test centers. 7. Follow test centers policies. 8. Don't tamper with test computers/equipment or facility. 9. Cooperate with investigations. 10. Test is U.S. copyrighted. You can be sued. Flashcard 53. What does the test center provide during test? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is 2 note boards without graph lines, 2 low-odor-fine markers. Flashcard 54. What is arbitration involving the NBDHE? Think of the answer before the reveal. The answer is, this is the last page. Basically, if you can't resolve issues through them and try to sue with an outside lawyer, these are the steps you follow. Seems very difficult to me.